Welcome into the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Hope all of the faithful is having a fantastic week. We have a fantastic show cooked up for you all today. Here's what we have coming up on the docket. Is the Trey Lance breakout season upon us? CBS Sports thinks so. Jimmy Garoppolo trade rumors back to the Panthers. Those rumors are back. We'll get to the contract latest on Deebo Samuel as well as Nick Bosa. And could the Los Angeles Rams, coming off a Super Bowl victory last year, reload, be aggressive once again, and go after one of the top premier edge rushers in the sport in Robert Quinn? We're going to cover it all. Before we dive into all of those nuggets on today's show, make sure you subscribe to the channel for free daily videos on the San Francisco 49ers as we cover it all, from the news side to the rumors side, and we need 55 more people to finally reach our milestone of 60,000 subscribers. My bosses are in my ear right now. They're saying, Chase, if the faithful doesn't show up and show out and get you to 60K today, you're going to be fired. You're no longer going to be the host of the 49ers Report, and this is my pride and joy. I want to continue to have this job, so help me out. Hit that red subscribe button down below. We start off with Trey Lance. Is a breakout season going to happen for the second-year quarterback in his first year as a starter for San Francisco? CBS Sports saying Lance is, quote, a layup to have a breakout year this upcoming season among some second-year players around the league, including some big names like Javonte Williams, that star running back for the Denver Broncos. Now, when you look at Lance's numbers from a year ago, in very limited action, he wasn't able to do much because he wasn't on the field all that often. And I thought in his first two starts, his only two starts, did a couple of really good things. I like this pocket awareness. I like this pocket movement. Of course, the arm strength is there against Arizona. On a lot of those design quarterback runs, he displayed that running threat. But he did complete under 58% of his passes, a little bit of a concern, but this past offseason worked on some of the mechanics. 603 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, average yards per attempt at 8.5. I expect all of these numbers to go up. I do expect Trey Lance to have a really solid season given the inexperience, because he has Kyle Shanahan as his head coach, a loaded offense, and what could be one of the best defenses in the sport. Here's what CBS Sports had to say about Trey area. Compelled to start with the layup and Trey Lance as a breakout candidate. We got to. Trey Lance is the most naturally gifted quarterback Kyle Shanahan has ever coached. I've said that many times, by the way, especially during his time as a head coach. From his design run capabilities to his monster arm talent, Lance exquisitely fits the mold of the modern-day franchise quarterback. That's not to say he is a franchise passer just yet, but he ticks the physical boxes for what it takes to become one. And speaking of Kyle Shanahan, his track record with lesser quarterbacks really is a big story. The play designs, the play calls, a scheme that accentuates yards after the catch talent. Shanahan always fields a high-efficiency passer. As for the yards after the catch talent around Lance, yeah, it's incredible. Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Aiyuk, heck, even Jauan Jennings is a load to corral in the open field. So for all of those reasons and more, so I think that Trey Lance is going to have a big season in 2022 for a team trying to compete for a Super Bowl this upcoming season. Now, here's what I believe Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers can do to make Trey Lance's life easier so that he can really have an impressive year two given the inexperience. We know that Kyle Shanahan's offense and that outside zone scheme, the bread and butter of it, is the run game. You establish it, you become dominant in that facet of the offense. It opens up everything for Trey Lance as a passer and as a runner. Play action as an extension off the run game is going to be really important for Lance. Can you imagine him on some of those play action boots? That's where he had a lot of success last year in the preseason as well as in the regular season with pushing the ball downfield. And I think with Lance's arm strength as compared to Jimmy Garoppolo, it's not even close. And Kyle Shanahan going to be more aggressive with his play calling in calling for deeper shots to really get the best out of Lance as a thrower and utilize that arm strength. And when you establish the run and then you utilize that play action, it's going to force the defense at times to bite, come upfield, then you can take the top off of the defense to Deebo Samuel, Brandon Aiyuk, Danny Gray, or whoever else is on the field. Quick, easy throws to help Lance find a rhythm, I think, is also going to be paramount. Allow the young quarterback to raise his confidence, to allow him to increase his completion percentage from a year ago, and if Trey Lance is able to find a rhythm on some bubble screens, as well as just simple reads across the field, all out to the side, out to the perimeter, it's going to give Trey Lance that confidence that he needs as an inexperienced passer. And you look at this 49ers offensive cast right now. You have Deebo Samuel, Brandon Aiyuk, George Kittle. They are all great at picking up yards after the catch. And Kyle Shanahan, I believe, will do a good job of scheming those guys open, calling the necessary plays so that Lance can put the ball in their hands so that they can be dynamic with the football in their grasp. And what I also want to see Kyle Shanahan do, utilize Lance's skill set on the play action boots. Allow him to move to his right. Allow him to move to his left so that he can utilize the entire field and complete balls from left to right, sideline to sideline, but also vertically at all three levels, short, intermediate, as well as long. Trey Lance has all of the ability to make any throw on the football field. He has the talent and the arm strength to get it to whichever spot he needs to, and he has the necessary athletic qualities to keep the defense on edge and to fake out the defense with the run game as well as the play action, and that's why I believe that all around as a quarterback in his first year as a starter, Trey Lance does have the potential to have a breakout campaign in 2022. So if you are rooting for Lance to succeed, which should be everybody out there considering the importance of the quarterback position, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. But if you're not a Lance guy and you're a Jimmy Garoppolo guy who we're about to get to, well, how about this? If you hate the Los Angeles Rams, hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. If you hate the Seattle Seahawks, hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. And if you hate the Arizona Cardinals, hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. Likes competition within the Chat Sports offices here? Yeah, we're showing up, we're showing out because the faithful is the best. Coming up next on the show, we're only getting started. We are locked and loaded with another heater on today's program. Jimmy Garoppolo trade to the Panthers. The buzz is still lingering in the NFL rumors landscape, but first, it's trivia time. And later up on today's show, I will reveal the answer to this question right here. I'm going to put you to the test here and see how many of you are historians. Who was the very first coach of the San Francisco 49ers? Get your best guesses into the comment section right now, and later on today's show, at a mystery time, I will reveal the answer to this mystery question. Jimmy Garoppolo to the Panthers. Could it happen? Bleacher Report dissecting 5 trades that could happen before training camp goes down. Bleacher Report has Jimmy G to Carolina as one of those 5 options. And we know by now Carolina is in the market for a quarterback. They need quarterback help. And the 49ers would ideally be able to move Garoppolo to move off of his salary and pave open an opportunity for Trey Lance to take the starting quarterback job without any competition. Here's what Bleacher Report said in that breakdown of those 5 potential trades. Carolina Panthers are likely keeping tabs on Garoppolo's shoulder recovery. The team has been in the market for a proven quarterback this offseason, but has yet to land one. The Cleveland Browns reportedly declined a deal that would have sent Baker Mayfield over during the draft, leaving Garoppolo as the best available option for the Panthers. Carolina shouldn't have to give up much to bring Jimmy G aboard. The 49ers would likely be happy to unload the Eastern Illinois product for a late day 2 or early day 3 pick at this juncture, finally putting an end to a chapter they had hoped to wrap up before the draft. And of course, at this point, right, you expected Jimmy Garoppolo to get dealt. But also, at this point, the San Francisco 49ers have to be realistic about what they can get back for Jimmy Garoppolo in a trade. You go back several years ago when they made that trade with the New England Patriots, they gave up a second-round pick. It was worth it. 2 NFC championship games over the past 3 years, a Super Bowl appearance back in 2019, Garoppolo in 5 years in the Bay, able to win about 71% of his starts, but physically, he lacks elite arm strength. He's not the best athlete and runner of the football. He's also been injury prone, and you're looking at a quarterback right now who already lacks elite arm strength and now just underwent shoulder surgery. And there are some unknowns about when he's going to be able to pick a football back up and start throwing later this month or July. So before the shoulder injury happened to an already injury-riddled quarterback, I thought San Francisco could have gotten a second-round pick. At this point, I don't think that's realistic. If you can go late day 2, early day 3 pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, that right there is good value, and San Francisco has to be realistic about what they can get back for Garoppolo considering his salary cap number of $26.9 million this upcoming season. Now, I want you to rank Jimmy G among all NFL starting quarterbacks. I want you to imagine that Garoppolo is a starting quarterback in this league this upcoming year. Where does he rank among all starters? 1 to 32 for me. I think he's in that middle range. You let me know down below. Next up on the show, coming up right around the corner, could the Los Angeles Rams trade for one of the best pass rushers in the game and Robert Quinn of the Chicago Bears, who is not yet reported to offseason activities for Chicago? We'll also get to some contract projections for Deebo Samuel and Nick Bosa. But first, we continue to grow to the platforms that you as the viewers use. That includes us doing live podcasts after our Tuesday shows on Callin, and us expanding to platforms like Rumble. We're about 30 people away from 500 followers on the Rumble side of things, and when you go there, you can find more free and uncensored and exclusive content covering the San Francisco 49ers. So give us a follow, rumble.com/49erstv. That link available for you in the comment section and the description of this video. Are the Chicago Bears going to trade away one of the best pass rushers in the NFL and Robert Quinn to the defending Super Bowl champions in the Los Angeles Rams? Last year, we saw the Rams trade for Von Miller, but after he signed with the Buffalo Bills in free agency and got that monster contract, they could use another premier edge rusher. And could it come in the form of Robert Quinn? Potentially. You look at his numbers from 2021, he had a marvelous season, even though he's been in the league for a minute. 49 tackles, 18.5 sacks, 17 tackles for loss, and 4 forced fumbles. Back in 2020, he wasn't all that good. In 2019, though, he was exceptional. 34 tackles, 11.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 22 quarterback hits. This guy coming around the edge is one of the best pass rushers in the sport, but up to this point, these trade rumors around Robert Quinn are starting to surface because he is not reported to offseason activities for Chicago, and they're at a point right now as a team, as a franchise, where they're building ahead for the future, trying to stockpile a young talent, and Robert Quinn doesn't fit that mold. As for the Los Angeles Rams, Quinn does fit the timeline. Older player who's still at the top of his game and fits the Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl window. So could the Rams load up again? We will see. We're talking about it because obviously it has implications on the San Francisco 49ers within the NFC West division. Your one word to describe the Rams. It can be hate, it can be impressive, it can be champions. For me, I'm going aggressive. Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, maybe even Robert Quinn, Odell Beckham Jr. That front office, they don't care about those picks. They're getting big-time players, and it worked out last year, trading for Matthew Stafford and hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. Before we get to Nick Bosa and Deebo Samuel's contract projections, the trivia answer on the way right now. Who was the first coach of the San Francisco 49ers? Did any of you get this name right? Buck Shaw. Sounds like a fake name. It's a real name, and honestly, a legendary name. First coach at the inception of the San Francisco 49ers, starting in 1946, and he was the head man all the way through 1954. First coach of the Niners, Buck Shaw. For all of you who got that right, I'm sending you all $100 Venmo. I'm just kidding. But if you got it right, props to you. Now, Bleacher Report predicting the next wave of mega contracts in the NFL, and it, of course, included Nick Bosa and Deebo Samuel, who are looking for contract extensions. For Bosa's projected contract, it would put him right up there with Aaron Donald and make him one of the highest paid non-quarterbacks in the league. 5 years, $150 million, average per year of 30. That's right in stride with Aaron Donald. Guaranteed money, $105 million. As for Deebo Samuel, pretty solid figures here for him and his camp. If they land this contract, I think he's going to re-up with San Francisco and be a part of this team for a little while. 4 years, $110.5 million. Average annual value just shy of $28 million. That's really, really good. And keep in mind, salary cap going to continue to rise with these new TV deals, so you can get a bargain deal right now because wide receivers like a Justin Jefferson in a year or two, he could honestly get $35 million per year. I don't think that's crazy to say. Guaranteed cash for Deebo, checking in at $70 million even. So I want to put you in the shoes of John Lynch, Parag, as well as Kyle Shanahan. You're having these conversations. Okay, who should we give the bag to? Who deserves more dough? Let me know down below in the comment section. 19 for Deebo Samuel, 97 for Nick Bosa. Let me know and embrace debate. Interested to see what you all come up with. Thanks for watching today's show. Don't forget to subscribe. Got to get to 60K. Otherwise, I'm canned.